Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming.
Good to see you, Martin. Thank you for having me.
Did you compile anything new?
I've got everything. I've got every piece of evidence I have viewed. I've examined every piece of evidence, which includes all surveillance, all body cam footage, and most importantly, the investigative report that was generated and manufactured by the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office, according to the data that they obtained.
Is most of this reports, or do you have actual video?
At the entirety of the District Attorney's findings, their findings after their own investigation. That's what we're here today to present. Okay. We're going to compare and contrast those findings with the findings of state police, because there's a ton of confusion. People seem to believe that somehow he hit someone in this accident, or possibly even shot through two cars and there was this explosion behind him. I've heard every version possible, but we can show you the version right now.
Okay. Sort of describe the video for our audience, what you've seen in the video.
Yeah, so what you'll see is in the top left of the screen, you're going to see multiple cars just making their way south to Thibodaux, coming from Vacherie. At some point in time, you're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyren Lacy come to a stop.
So as we've seen the video, it looks like the impact happens, and then Kyren Lacy is behind him. How far away was he from there?
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of the investigative report that I now have my hands on. We know from data that Kyren Lacy did in fact pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Kyren Lacy passed 4 cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles. That is not how this story was ever painted. Never.
And you already know on this channel, we hold racist Caucasian people accountable, because if we don't, who will? And before we start this video, if you don't like black people, black issues, black talks, get to stepping. Insiders reveal Louisiana troopers often swept misconduct under the rug to protect the department. Federal oversight and documented cases show a clear pattern of targeting and falsely accusing black men, making cases like Kyren Lacy's part of a much larger issue. The Louisiana State Police have long faced scrutiny for false accusations, excessive force, and cover-ups. In 2019, troopers told Ronald Green's family he died in a car crash, but body cam footage showed he was beaten, stunned, and dragged. The false report exposed how officials misled the public. Make that make sense. In the same way they lied about how Ronald Green died, I believe they lied on how Kyren Lacy really died. But we'll talk about that later on in this video. But I covered this story over and over and over again. And from the jump, I knew it was a lie. But you, Tyler Warner, and you, Brianna Imani, it's all y'all fault. Y'all lied on Kyren Lacy. Y'all made a statement and lied on Kyren Lacy. Y'all tried to frame Kyren Lacy. You ruined his goddamn life. But you know what? I'm going to talk to y'all in the few. In the meantime, run the tape.
The gold truck, they end up getting a statement from this individual. There's 2 of them. The very first one, what I noticed on the body cam was that the conversation was going on for 4 minutes and approximately 30 seconds prior to the body cam being activated. And of course, when the body cam's activated, I don't know what you said those previous 4.5 minutes, they end up at this individual's house to obtain a statement. I want to play right now how that statement started.
Okay. Let's roll that in.
Alright, sir. So, look, don't worry about filling any of this top information, like your name, your address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of the highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just.
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
I ain't scared motherfucker nothing, that wasn't even going for me. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what happened. That's how she caused that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
So, but the charger was coming right at you,
Right,
correct? And that's why you had to
Head
slam
on
on your
with
brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
In that video, you can clearly hear the suggestive nature indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't scared motherfucker nothing, that wasn't even going for me. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what happened. That's how she caused that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me and she pulled into the other side.
And this is from Ashley Hardy. This young lady, Brianna Imani Gray, caused a crash which ultimately took veteran Herman Hall's life. Instead of taking responsibility, she lied. She gave a statement painting the picture that Kyren Lacy was responsible for the crash. State Trooper Tyler Warner took Brianna's statement and then the investigation coercing a witness and forging a witness statement, alleging stating a high-profile person was responsible. Make that make sense. And Brianna, I saw your Facebook account. That guilt been eating you alive every single day. You ruined Kyren Lacy's life. You lied on a statement. They made you make a statement and you lied on it. You caused that accident. You caused all this stuff and you went on with life like this shit didn't even matter. You went on with life like you didn't even do nothing. Well, guess what? Those same racist cops that helped you lie, those same racist cops that helped you write that statement, where they at now? They're not going to speak up for you. They don't care about your ass. Those racist cops care about them. They care about their careers. They care about their image. That's it. Now you going through this bullshit. Now everybody on Facebook calling you out because you tried to move on and go on like you didn't even do nothing. But I could tell by reading all your posts, that guilt was eating you alive. But I heard something. I heard something through the grapevine. I heard it's not only you that was involved in that accident. That cop was covering up for you and somebody else. Tell me I'm lying. I told y'all the game is cold. These people been doing this shit, but I'm glad it's on Front Street right now. And back to you, Tyler Warner. While you out here celebrating making 35 arrests in the month of August, while you out here celebrating your birthday, your jealousy, your hatred, your racism is the reason why Kyren Lacy is dead. Tell me I'm lying. You persuaded this person to make Kyren Lacy suspect number one, knowing after you saw that video, you saw the video already, you knew that Kyren Lacy had nothing to do with that accident, but yet you was covering up for people that was involved with that accident. You was covering up. It wasn't just Brianna. It was multiple people you covering up for. And Kyren Lacy was just an easy target. And then you want to make a name for yourself. Well, congrats. You finally got the attention that you wanted. And before I spaz out on you, let's go back to January when Kyren Lacy turned himself in. Because I told y'all, I let nothing slide. Check this out. And this article is by WBRZ. January the 12th, 2025. Former LSU player Kyren Lacy posts $151K bond after negligent homicide arrest. Sunday night, Lacy was booked into the Paris jail for negligent homicide, hit and run driving that caused a death and reckless operation with accident. His bond was set at $151,000. He was booked at 6:53 p.m. and left at 8:11 p.m. Make that make sense. And all this was a money grab. You gotta think about it. These people been had this video. This incident happened last December, almost a year ago. They been had this video. They knew Kyren Lacy wasn't involved with that accident. They knew Kyren Lacy didn't cause that accident. But what they do? They use their racism to manipulate the people. What these news outlets do is they create stuff like this, wanted images. Why would you put up a wanted image? Why would you make it seem like Kyren Lacy was on the run? This dude is in college. He's a star on the football team. He's going to the NFL next season. Why would he be on the run? And then they put up his mugshot to make it seem like he's already guilty. And what do people online do? They bash him. 1 week. 1 week, everybody praising him for a touchdown. The next week, they crucified him. They crucified him. Imagine having to pay $151K for a bond for something you didn't do. Imagine having your mug shot up for something you didn't do. Like I said, 1 week, they praise you for making a touchdown. The next week, everybody crucify you. And don't think I forget to these news outlets, WAFB, WBRZ. Don't think I forget what y'all did. When y'all was showing the video of him being wanted, y'all showed videos of him doing touchdown celebrations, pointing guns. Y'all showed everything he was doing while he was dancing to make it seem like he was guilty. I saw what y'all did. I remember that evil shit. So don't come with that sorry or I feel bad for the family. Y'all people are evil. I remember all the goddamn comments. I'm telling y'all, never trust the media. Never trust a lot of these people either, bro. Especially in Louisiana, they racist as hell. Soon as they say, "Oh, he unalived a Marine," bro, they act like they care about Marines. They don't care about Marines. They don't care about Army vets. Who are the most homeless people on the streets right now? People that went to war, people that went to Iraq, people from World War II. They on the streets. People don't care about them. They just act like they give a damn, bro. I told y'all the game is cold. Tell me I'm lying. Body cam footage shows trooper telling the gold truck driver to say he had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger. The driver, however, blamed the woman behind him for causing the wreck when she swerved to avoid hitting his truck. On camera, the driver also said he wasn't going fast and left no skid marks, but his written report claimed he slammed on the brakes and emergency brakes to avoid the crash. The body cam was turned off while he wrote the report. Make that make sense. And I have to be honest, most Louisiana troopers are DUMB. Tell me I'm lying. And you, Tyler Warner, you really tried your best to frame Kyren Lacy. And then you tried to move on with life like everything was cool. You going to football games, you having birthday parties, you having baby showers, you having weddings, you doing all this stuff like everything was cool. But I see why you was hating, boy. Check this out. And you have to think about it. At the time, Kyren Lacy was 24 years old. Tyler Warner was 24 years old. Kyren Lacy is a star at LSU. Tyler's wife is at LSU games every Saturday and LSU home games every Saturday, cheering for Kyren Lacy, while Tyler Warner is on I-10, hiding behind the trees, waiting on drunk drivers and waiting on people that's speeding. Kyren Lacy is going to the NFL the next season. Tyler Warner is going on Plank Road in an abandoned parking lot and waiting on drunk drivers and waiting on people that's speeding. That's your life. Your jealousy, your hatred, your racism is the reason why Kyren Lacy was murdered. And yes, I said murdered. Check this out. And I'm always telling y'all, sometimes I have to sit back, shut up, and use your common sense. They told us Houston PD that Kyren Lacy took Houston PD on a high-speed chase, and he did to himself. I can't say the S word, but if you know, you know. They said he did that. Well, if that's true, where is the video footage? It's 2025. It's cameras everywhere in Texas. We have no footage of that high-speed chase in Texas. We have no body cam footage. So you telling us y'all walked to his car with no body cam footage? Where is the body cam footage that can prove all of this stuff? I'm telling y'all, they did the same thing to Ronald Green. Their favorite excuse is two excuses they always use for black men all the time, for black women too. All the time. It's always, oh, they died in a high-speed chase or they died by, doing it to themselves. I can't say the S word, but if you know, you know. It's their favorite two excuses. So where is the video? We have no video. And I know in 2025, you don't take these people's word for it because all they have to do is lie to you. We have no video of their high-speed chase in Texas. And then they said, someone took his chain. Why am I talking about that? I told y'all, bro, these people been evil and they all connected. And if you feel like I'm tripping, in my comment section, tell me I'm tripping. And to the NFL, don't think I forgot what y'all did. Y'all told Kyren Lacy to not come to the NFL Combine, knowing that meant so much to him. And you had no video footage that he did anything. All you had was word of mouth. It was no pictures, no videos, nothing. And you told him, don't come to the Combine. And Shannon Sharp, I ain't forget about you either. On your night show, nightcap, whatever it's called, on your night show, you was talking like he was already guilty, and you never saw a video, you never saw a picture. All you saw was that mugshot. All you saw was that wanted image of Kyren Lacy. You're cold for that. And LSU, don't think I forgot about y'all, bro. I see a pattern that y'all do. Every time a black football player that plays for y'all get in trouble, you throw him to the wolves. You act like he never played for y'all team. You act like he was never a brother. You act like he was never the band of brothers. That's what we say in football, band of brothers, B-O-B. But when a black player gets in trouble, y'all throw him to the wolves. This man was by himself. This man was defending for himself, defending for his life, and he was innocent. The video came out that he was innocent. Damn. Rest in peace, Kyren Lacy, bro. I'm out.